Innovated, new ones have been built. We have seen enrollment, like increased enrollment into schools because, they have more money to do all those things. They've hired more teachers. They've hired more doctors. They've hired more nurses. They have hired this, and you can say, Omo, is true. Let us be honest too. But that is not true. Yeah? But they are living in their own world that they believe strongly in everything they are saying to you, on the one hand. On the other hand, they are also telling you that, things are hard. We know that things are tough, but Mr. President is working to bring it down. And you're like, I don't understand. You're already saying that, because they did this, right? We have seen so much improvement in our lives and stuff like that. But they don't really relate, sort of. But yeah, it is always about interest. Don't ever forget that. It's always about interest. And that interest, you can ask whose interest? Their own interest. Makinde had this to say.
Whoever is trying to stop a moving train is probably also trying to commit suicide. So my advice is, please, no matter how highly placed, no matter what has transpired in the past, we don't want to see anyone dead. So please don't commit suicide. Governors defecting, senators defecting. I already addressed that. We're not concerned and we're not bothered because the ultimate decider here will be the Nigerian people. And the only time I'll be concerned, or the only time that we will be concerned as a party, is when we see hunger defect from the ordinary people on the street and join APC. Then that's time we will be concerned. Whoever
information, there are willing hunger who are willing, there are hungers that are willing to defect. All it's going to take is just, which is the last part of the old defection. So there are poor people who are willing to collect their 2,000, 1,000. I think I picked one from, what do you call it? Was it from Enugu, right? When they were camping and all of that stuff yesterday or so. So you get to see this guy. So Makinde happened to be one of the G-string governors. Those ones who were the PDP governors who revolted against Atiku as candidate of the party. But as it is, Ogwuanyi, the kerosene governor of Enugu, yeah, he has finally put on the infinity cap and dressed like this. And also Atoise, the Eastern billionaire, he is called. He himself is also like, so talking about the hunger defecting, there are people whose only loyalty is going to be bought with just a 2,000 naira, and that's a lot of money. And they have a lot of that to give out eventually. So in Edo State, while the Okweldoyo was addressing, a group of people in a room, so he made a declaration that if you are going to remain as a commissioner or political appointee in Edo State, from now on, coming to the state executive meetings, you must make sure you put on Tifnumbu's cap. Slowly but surely, you are going to get to that North Korea. Slowly but surely. And they will call others fascist. Fascism is when this ideology of just one man becomes the ideology of a political party, and then it becomes the policy of the country, which is the state, right? It becomes the policy of the country, slowly but surely. This journey, we go follow all of that to the end of it.
And you are very traditional dress, and you are coming to the expo without this as you come. You are going back. welcome you to this webinar.
No Ashiwaju, no entry. If you're an executive in Edo State and you are going into any meeting, everybody must be seen to put on that cap. 2.5 million votes from Edo State is in the bag for call, right? So we had the rumor of the ailment, the illness of the Minister of Finance, okay? So this evening, the National Bureau of Statistics, which is the NBS, released the latest headlined inflation reduction. So according to them, Nigeria's inflation is now 2% below where it was in 2023. So a progress that they have attributed to Tifnumbu's great policies. So normally when inflation goes up like that, your money is devalued. When it comes down, you are expected to see improvements in the economy, your purchasing power, your money in your pocket, all that, right? So you're expected to see that. But according to them, like they have told you since it was officially at 33 or 34%, yeah? So, and it's down now to 18%. And a lot of you are still complaining and lamenting because, yeah, it is not kind of like effective. You are supposed to see it. You know what I mean now? There was a time in this country when that inflation went up in here, not as much as 10%, oh, no. Inflation in the UK. And you went to the shop there to buy something. And then you see a pack of apples, 6 apples, right? In a pack like that. And then it is £3 or £3.50. And you're like, no, these are not exotic apples. This used to be £1.79 or £1.80. Why is it £3.50 or £3.29? So inflation, no. When was the last time you got it for that price? So I still got it for like last year. Say, I know inflation has affected it too. Sure you get. So then you go back again and it's like they are not doing promo. Like it is now £2.50. Not that it's going to go back to £1.79. I'm not saying that. Some did go back, by the way, or some do go back. However, when it goes to 350 and it comes down to 250, all right, you can easily attribute that to, oh, the inflation has come down, so things are beginning to, but there is still inflation. What that means is that the value of your currency, the value of money, your purchasing power, the money in your pocket, what can it get you from the shelf? So if your inflation in the country breaks, kind of reduces, it should be, in fact, now you go on and ask yourself, say, oh, more, unfortunately, anyway, if the inflation is back to, listen to this, so if the inflation is back to 18%, as it's currently said, I think I even have, they have this thing on earlier, I think it's this, right? So if they said food inflation has also reduced, all right? So now, year on, whatever, don't mind all these things if you don't understand them, okay? But pay attention to this 18.26%, all right? These are like two pictures on your screen and match them together, all right? So what they have there is that if you are back to 18%, when Tifnumbu came in, the inflation in Nigeria was 20, I think it was 20.1 or something percent, right? So if your inflation has gone down to, for example, this 18%, and it's true, what that means is that, number one, your tariff, electricity tariff, will also come down. Do you understand? Because it's part of the factor it's part of the thing they factored into what made them increase it that way. By the way, I want to believe. So if the inflation is down, by now, you should be receiving text messages or letters or what have you from your providers to say, not like immediately, they will say from January, your electricity bill charges tariff will now be this, and that because of this reasons. They will recalculate the whole thing. It should come down. Do you get that now? So food, services, your phone calls, all those things should be affected too. There should be reductions all over the place, but maybe not right away, but like over time. So I don't think you've actually seen that where you get to the shop and the bag of rice is now like regular. The bag of rice is now 50,000 naira. But you don't have that. Oh, the bag of rice is 60,000 naira. You don't have that. But again, we can keep following that. So the guy behind supposed the shitty economy, Tifnumbunomic, is Wale Edun. So they said he was unwell. In fact, there was this headline that said that he's been flown abroad, like he was rushed abroad. He was supposed to lead a Nigerian delegation to a particular summit abroad, economic summit or something, right? And they had to make Cardoso lead them, while Wale didn't want to go and take care of himself. Until when Dare Ogbonulojo Sunday, an advisor to Tifnumbu, right, said he's also a former minister of sport, by the way, so he's now an advisor to Tifnumbu. So he went on Twitter and he said, yeah, I just finished a phone call with Minister Wale Edun, and we had Amala together. I was like, how? Okay, go on. So he's very fine, ill and hearty, and he will soon get back to work. Okay. But how did you have an Amala with him on the phone that you just finished bowls of Amala? Like, anyway. So the next thing that followed was that because they wanted to deny that he's at home, he's not anywhere. So 24 hours later, they come back and said, oh yeah, well, he's been taken to abroad. He's been taken to London. Now, we don't know this undated video when it was actually recorded. I didn't have the time to actually look up the gallery that he went to, an art gallery in London. So their reason was that they wanted to show to us that proof of life, that Wale Edun is fine. Like if somebody rushed to hospital in London, right, he would have the chance of visiting an art gallery. Anyway, I don't wish him anything bad though, other than wish him what he wishes on you, the rest of us. But this was Wale Edun.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Wale, nice to meet you.
Wonderful. Look at this amazing collection here.
Yes, very much so. I got a few days off rest, but can't stay locked up in the house, so
Yes.
coming to enjoy this beautiful exhibition.
Thank
I
you.
understand it's on just for a few days.
Yes, that's
And,
right. Feast
should-
your eye and your soul.
Thank you very much, exactly. And I'm happy to see Nigerian artists on display,
Yes.
telling their story to the world, and especially our young artists in particular. So it's a real pleasure to be here, and thank you for all that you're doing.
Wonderful. We're also happy that we support Nigerian artists as well in our galleries. So yes,
Where
we
are
do.
your galleries?
We're in Cape Town.
Okay.
Just one gallery in Cape Town. Yes.
Good.
So, and we're so happy to be your neighbour here.
Yes, we are. We
We're
worked
very-
together. We collaborated together before in the past. So
Yes, that's
this
right.
was
So
this is a very
is
happy
lovely.
coincidence.
Isn't it just? We were so happy
Well,
to see each other.
it continues to be a time for African art, time for Africa.
Yes.
So,
It's time to show the world our
Obviously,
incredible
obviously.
sources of
and
talent.
I think the world is interested more and more.
They had to prove to us that he's fine. Here you get. I'm going to London to come and rest and for a few days. So my people now said that your gallery is just around the corner, and I should come around to come. Maybe not like that, but you know what I mean. Like he's like out of breath almost every second of every word, holding it in, trying to talk like, you know what, so why not take a rest in Lagos? Why not take a rest somewhere relaxing in Abuja? Why not take a rest somewhere, in Borno, the peaceful Borno, It's not really like hustling and buzzing like the cities, right? If you want somewhere quiet, why not take a rest in a quiet bomb? Or, you know, in this safe Nigeria, why London? London is busy. London is busy with like the traffic, the noise, the cars, the bikes, the God, man. You're not there to rest. You're there for medical. But you can actually have that same medical treatment there in Nigeria. Their own excuse is that, oh yeah, you know, their doctors is abroad. So that's why they always have to come abroad. I shall no one hear story say anybody die. I go come they try, come they gaslight me, say make I show empathy. Let us respect the dead. Is that any problem here? Because of the millet, because now all of us could die. People get sick. Nobody, we are all mortals. You are going to get sick. You are going to get well. You're going to get sick again. You will get well. Sometimes you get sick again. You will not get well fully. And you get fall sick again. And then you are not like getting well anymore. And then in that process, you will come be like, say, oh, more. That's a type don't reach you. And it doesn't have anything to do with age. So why are they always obsessed with the state of their health going into public service? You're going to die. I'm going to die. Everybody's going to die. So why is that something that they now make much like, you know, because they want to die and still be respected, that they die abroad. And you should feel sorry for them, even though if you are lucky, you die in one of these poorly equipped hospitals in the hands of some of these ill-paid, poorly paid medical staff, right? A place where, you know, the death is not going to come like soothing and palming and like, you know, they would die with a misuse, massaging their hands, massaging their legs, cleaning them up in a very serene, beautiful, comfy place with your money. So when they fail to do what is right, when they open the floodgates of thieves to access the public fund, which they themselves are part of, right? And then they die in London, die in India. They want you to feel empathy. You know, don't mock the dead. Let us all say, I'm a new problem, man. That's a new problem here. Because you can't actually control how people will react then. He could have his medical checkup in Nigeria. You know, people are actually building hospitals in Nigeria, private hospitals, like standard. The same one that these guys are traveling abroad for. But they just don't trust that system. They don't believe in that country. They would never believe in Nigeria. Until something happens that will probably make them do, and I don't think there will be anything that will make them believe in Nigeria. There is no medical care. I discovered that myself. Maybe not in large scale, sure you get. There is no medical care. There is no specialist. There is no, I don't know, medical field, wherever it is, that these guys are accessing abroad. That is not in Nigeria. And they also know themselves. Because why? Most of those things, they will say they are in collaboration with their foreign partners, but they are in Nigeria. Sure you get. But these folks won't use it because it's not going to be their money. Even if they use that of Nigeria as well, replicate it in Nigeria. Right? I don't know why that is so difficult, but no, sorry. I think I do. I know why it is so difficult. You can't create something from nothing. If the supposed resources, money meant to cater for all of these infrastructures are stolen from source before they are even allocated, the money are already stolen. So when you see them allocate money in their budget, it's just so that everybody knows which money is. Do you get what I mean? If you are a senator who belongs to the Senate Committee on Housing, when they put the budget of housing in place, you know that is where you are going to go and steal your own.